And these kids are being taught that they need to look at each other by the color of their skin. It goes against what Martin Luther King taught us. It goes against what the Bible tells us about unity.
Wrong, all of that. Wrong about Martin Luther King and wrong about these cartoons.
You think but she's been bought and paid for.
Oh, she said, yeah, been brainwashed. You know, if you're saying that, then you have an extreme case of selective memory. If you grew up with those cartoons that she's talking about, many of these modern kids shows have been political and have had socially conscious episodes and discussions. Oh, let's go ahead and talk about the Proud family. Some people are saying they're a little too proud, a little too black, too proud.
Hey, man, you know what's going on out there. You can't sit on the sidelines no more.
Yeah, well, they're saying the Proud family is calling these kids off the sidelines and telling these kids right now, these white people ain't no good. And you,
I don't think it's saying that.
The people are saying these black ass cartoon characters are telling these kids, hate whitey. Are you white? Hate yourself. Hate the white man, the white woman, and hey, is your dog white? Hate that too. Oh, if it's white, it ain't right. The Proud family is teaching these kids, and to quote, that's what they're saying. The Proud family is teaching kids white hate. They picked the wrong time to be proud, because now this whole thing with them being too black, too proud, that falls in line with the whole agenda that some people have right now, what people perceive to be the agenda of critical race theory. Mm-hmm. So the reason why they're saying that is because we have an episode here. I forgot the name of the episode, but you know, this episode has been making rounds on the conservative media, claiming that the show is teaching the much maligned and in some places outlawed critical race theory. And, you know, they're citing examples of this episode right here where they're talking about slaves have built this country. So they have a whole dance routine. Now I will tell you that they're right. They're kind of right. This episode goes hard, man. They go in. Can you shut that door for me? I'm sorry, I thought you were about to slam this. Tell me what to do.
I asked you earlier.
Talking to me like the white man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So listen, this episode goes in. Like they are not holding back.
This country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. Immersed in the systemic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy.
Ooh, this is everything conservative white people hate. It's almost like they said, let's make sure we piss these white people off, man. We got this, check them boxes. Is anything we missed? Ooh, this is the stuff that Fox News loves to talk about. It's almost like they did this just so they could get some marketing from Fox News.
Well, the main person going after critical race theory is Governor Ron DeSantis, and he's been Disney, so I guess they decided to push back.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they say, oh, Ron, we got something for you, man. Hey, Ron, we heard what you said, man, and this is our reply.
This country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country.
Ron, shit, the Proud family is about to get us shit back to Africa.
Hey, man, I saw D.L. Hughley on Friday, and he was like, you can't return stolen goods.
Yeah, but they might try. Wouldn't that be funny if this damn cartoon got our ass in chains and on a boat and sent us back to Africa, man? But the Proud family. We can't have these kids finding out that we brought black people over here in boats. We can't tell them that white people used to own black people. I mean, they're gonna think that America was racist. Oh, man. We don't want that. No, man.
No, America's full of heroic figures.
Yeah.
Who always did the right things.
Yeah, we were always kumbaya in this country right here.
Nothing but white hats.
Man, we are living in the post-racial America right now.
I mean, sure, some bad things happen. There were some bad apples, but we're past all that now.
Of course. Damn, you know.
Why you got to bring up old shit?
I was about to say, that's what white people do. Fox News, they might as well have a segment every day saying, why y'all want to bring up old shit? I mean, I thought we were past this, man. Why we got to talk about this? I mean, it just makes me feel bad. You don't want me feeling bad, do you? Of course, they could just save some time. I went through all that. They go through all that. Some people say, let's just cut to it, man. The Proud Family is too woke. Oh, good old Mr. Woke.
I'll use the word.
Yep. Well, listen, y'all. This is the thing. Woke is just an all-purpose umbrella term that these conservatives use to describe anything that they don't like or they disagree with. Half of them don't even know what the shit means.
No. And plus now you can pick somebody out by the fact that they're still using the word.
Yeah.
Like anybody who's, who you can categorize as woke is not even saying that word anymore.
They don't even know what it means. They don't know the history of it. Yeah, they don't know that. They don't know the history of it, where it came from. They just saying it because, they saying it.
Yeah.
Or this is what my people say. This is what my party says. This is what my politicians say. And half of them don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Now, sometimes I would tell you, sometimes they might have a point. It's rare. It's very rare, and none of that shit applies here. Not at all. Let's just get right down to it, because there's a lot of things that are being said that are just flat out either incorrect, ignorant, or you just lying. I'm tired of this. First of all, don't come in here acting like this is the first time the Proud Family has been outspoken about some social issues. The Proud Family been doing this. They've been proud and black for a long time. And not just with black issues, with a lot of other things. Ooh, I'm surprised. Now, y'all so busy talking about this. How I know y'all ain't even seen it, because they talking about, this show right here, it's the first time they've actually put something like that. No, it ain't. No, it's not. They've actually been doing this for a while. And if you've been watching, you would have been mad about something earlier, because you would have been mad about them trying to indoctrinate these kids into the homosexual lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
They got your boy on there. What's his name? The gay kid. Oh, what's that boy's name?
Oh, I forgot his name. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, for years, they had that boy out there being gay and proud and sticking up for himself and telling these kids it's okay to be who you are.
Thomas, come on down.
I want my mommy. I am.
Yeah, people, this is the episode called Who's Now, where Michael, that's his name, when Michael just turns into a big old gay Hulk and comes in and saying, now talk that gay shit now. It's they've covered so many things, man. They've tackled anything from racism to homophobia, Islamophobia. This is not that this episode is teaching kids to hate anybody, hate themselves, hate others. They're not doing that at all. These conservatives just don't like this episode because it's easy for them to attach this to a current hot button agenda, which is critical race theory.
Sure. Well, so many of them who are against critical race theory, they know it's true. They're only against it because, we can use this to rally people and get more votes.
This is something that we can rally people, get more votes. We can show this on Fox News, get some ratings, get these people all scared and riled up again, because this goes back to the same old shit. And this is why I will never let something like this be talked about where people come in and criticize it, because what you're doing is, when you criticize this, yes, you're criticizing me, you're criticizing him, you're criticizing anybody that looks like us, you're criticizing anybody with intelligence, because we know what you're doing. A lot of people ain't stupid. The problem is, first of all, these people just don't like strong black voices. They don't like outspoken, strong black voices. And people don't, anybody else who thinks that I'm sitting up here, trying to make this some pro-black, I dislike everybody agenda myself right here. That's not it. Listen and hear what I'm saying and learn something. Because when they watch this, that's what's going on. They're not coming in trying to say this whole thing, this generic message of, we should all just get along. We're all the same deep down inside. You know what? We are. But the world ain't, People with agendas and issues and people who are running this country ain't. And there are people out there who want to silence proud black voices, man. They don't like it. It's uncomfortable for them. you know, when you look at what they're doing right now, you see it, Martin. You know, right now they're trying to bury our history because simply because it makes them uncomfortable.
Because it's inconvenient.
Yeah, it makes them uncomfortable. It's too empowering. Some people don't like Black history where it's not under their control. You know, where it doesn't make them feel bad. It's not scary. In other words, a lot of people, and this is what they're telling us. They say, you know what? I don't mind living a lie as long as it's my lie. You know, as long as, but not yours.
Well, you think about apartheid in South Africa, where the point where they were like, all right, we know this is wrong, but if we give up this power after all the bad shit we did to the Blacks over here, what are they going to do to us?
There's some people are, they're splitting factions. Some people like, well, I just don't like feeling guilty. Some people, well, I just like feeling like I'm empowered over somebody. You know, I don't mind that history as long as we got it tame and under control and I can, you know, we can do whatever we want to with it. I don't like seeing you people proud because, again, that makes me feel like, you know, I don't have those powers as I did. And some people, you're right, they're scared. They're like, you know what? I didn't do anything, but they ain't forgot. They still talking that slave shit.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going to do something.
Well, you know, I didn't do anything, but you benefited. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Well, you know, my white privilege makes me a target. They're going to put me in, you know, they're going to try to put me in chains. You know, they pull that.
Yeah, there was a subreddit, which is Ask Men. And somebody threw out the question of what's something that everybody hates that you think is not that bad? Most of it is just different movies and things. But somebody had to say white men. And once that got said, so many people piled on. Yeah, being a cisgender man, why is that so bad? Why are we getting all this hate? And it just kept going. I was like, wow, you bunch of whiny ass bitches. The only reason you getting hate is because you do shit like this.
Yeah.
It's just people who are finally speaking up.
And let me just say, I would never say that myself because I don't believe that is productive. I don't believe, a lot of people say, well, man, let them whine. You know, listen, you say whatever you want to. You know, I'm being about as outspoken a Black person I can right now, but I do not believe in making people feel like they are at fault. They should be guilted. That makes things complicated to talk about. You know, when you talk about these things, I'll speak the truth and say, you know, you got it good.
Yeah.
You know, you got privilege that nobody else has. I don't care what you say. I don't think you should feel bad about it. I'm just saying it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. You know, but I would never single anybody out and say, you know, I would make a blanket statement like, man, I hate this group, or I hate that group. That's just not me. Some people say, well, you got to say shit like that. I don't think you have to. I'd say a lot of, hey, listen, I'll say a lot of shit that already make people think I hate white people. I mean, you know, and I think I'm being fair. Mm-hmm. And then some days think people, hey, listen, depending on what day you catch me, some people think I hate Black people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do get those messages every so often.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of messages, man, depending on what day you catch it. Man, why you hate Black people so much?
How could you this baby boy for the bad movie roast? You ain't Black.
You know, looking at this and seeing all this stuff, I wish people we just need to understand each other at some point. That's all. That's why we need Babbel, man. You know?
Like, why do you say we just need to understand each other? That's the counter to what you were saying before. Like,
you agree?
Yeah, I was just going with it.
You said, yeah.
Wait, what?
You said, yeah, we do. We do need
ultimately we do.
We do. And you know what? I think Babbel will make it easier, man. In the languages that they provide.
Is Ebonics on there?
Now, too bad they don't have a language that says ignorance on here. But they got a lot of other things on here, man. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You only need 10 minutes, man. 10 minutes to complete a lesson. And you can start having real life conversations in a new language. You'll be talking in conversations in a new language in about 3 weeks. Stay with it. You know, they have all these other language apps out there. What makes this one so good is that they actually have lessons that are created by real experts. Over 150 language experts have contributed their knowledge to this. It's not artificial intelligence that has come in, not a robot that's made this. We can't speak every language all over the world, but we can speak a lot of them thanks to Babbel. We got French, German, Italian, Russian, Portuguese, Turkish, Dutch, Swedish, Polish, Norwegian, Indonesian, and Danish. And as I said, there's so many ways to learn with Babbel. You have access to podcasts, games, Got a lot of videos on there, bunch of stories that you can read, and they even have live classes. I mean, if you're very serious about this, they have it all. They have all the resources if you're willing to put in the work and you're ready to go in and just get into it as much as you want. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Here's the language that you really want to talk right now: money. You want to talk about, hey, Corey, what can you do for me to learn new language? Tell you what, I can get you 55% off your subscription. Yes, over half, 55%. 55% off.
Wow.
When you go to babbel.com/toasted. That's BABBEL.com/TOASTED. Now you're speaking my language, Coleman. Yes, I am. Get 55% off. You go to babbel.com/toasted. I want to say gracias. I learned that from Babbel. That's thank you in Spanish. I want to say thank you to Babbel for coming in and sponsoring this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support. Let's see here. Now, here's something else I want to call bullshit on, because this is something that people say all the time when they start talking about, especially when it comes to kids shows and cartoons. You know, they always come in, you know, and they always say, well, they weren't like that back in my day, you know. Because I'm going to tell you, first of all, no one is trying to teach anyone to hate anyone with these cartoons that we're seeing. No one's trying to, in this case, no one's trying to get anyone to hate white people. You know, like I said, I would never look at someone and say, like an individual, and look at them and say, you know what, it's your fault. I would never do that. So I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. As I said last time, if you didn't do shit, you ain't got nothing to worry about. That's what you usually say to a person who ain't guilty. Well, did you do anything? If you didn't, you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but that's what the police try to tell you.
Yeah, well, listen, I ain't blaming you. Now, if you're a racist asshole, I'm blaming the shit out of you. You know, if you did something, I'll blame you for it. But I will never blame anybody who didn't do anything. I will never try to make anybody feel bad. But we have to teach this history, y'all. You cannot actually sit back here and bury history, because it's not about trying to make anybody feel guilty. You have to teach any kind of history, no matter what history it is, no matter who it's from, no matter how shameful it is. Because if we don't learn these things, then we're going to continue to just be cruel and ugly to each other. That's what those lessons are for.
Sure.
Those lessons aren't to say, like, you did this is your fault, you owe me. Those lessons are to say we should never have to repeat anything like this to anybody.
Yeah. If you find out about these things and it makes you feel bad, then okay, well then good. Then you know not to do it. Don't perpetuate that.
We're raised, man, to you know, at least in this country, we've been raised to say, if we don't learn our history, if we don't learn the past, we're doomed to repeat it.
Which we do all the time.
We ain't learn a damn thing. But this about these cartoons and these kid shows weren't like that back in my day. That I got to come in and shut that down. I'm shutting that down right now. Like this person right here, Stacey Washington on Fox News, come in and saying, yeah, you know, I don't know why this is happening today. Cartoons, you know, when I grew up, oh no, we watched, you know, pure and innocent cartoons that taught everybody to love everybody, and no politics or social issues were brought in at all.
And these kids are being taught that they need to look at each other by the color of their skin. It goes against what Martin Luther King taught us. It goes against what the Bible tells us about unity and being together.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Wow.
Wrong, completely wrong. All of that wrong about Martin Luther King and wrong about these cartoons.
You think slavery's over, but she's been bought and paid for.
Oh, she should, yeah. She got shackles on her head right now. Shackles on her brain. Been brainwashed. You know, if you're saying that, then you have an extreme case of selective memory. If you grew up with those cartoons that she's talking about, you know, because many of these modern kid shows have been political and have had socially conscious episodes and discussions. That is completely bullshit what she's saying. That's wrong. I can make a 2-hour episode of this show. I can have a 2-hour discussion just pulling up one example after another. I can't do that right now, but I got a handful right here, because you got to show these people, because, you know, if you don't show it, then they'll say, well, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Sesame Street Sesame Street has always been tackling racism.
What?
Some guy said some awful things about me and Gina. What did he say? Telly, they're just some really...
Call me.
Oh, Telly ain't ready to hit us. He's freaking out already.
What do you think he said, Telly? Shit, quit playing stupid.
I'm going home.
Somebody said it was Oscar that made the call. Hey, if you saying, well, that's not too long ago. People, Mr. Rogers, back in 1969, Mr. Rogers addressed the whole this whole incident of these black kids being chased out of a pool.
I don't have a towel or anything.
Oh, you share mine.
Okay, sure.
Around the country, they didn't want black people to come and swim in their swimming pools.
Speaking of Sesame Street constantly brought on political figures and social figures, man. Michelle Obama, Sonia Sotomayor. And in case anybody's thinking, well, yeah, of course they would bring on a bunch of lefties. You know, it is public television. Well,
Hi, this is my friend, Mrs. Bush.
so they brought in everybody. I don't even remember that episode. Did you ever watch Static Shock?
Yeah, of course.
You remember that? Do you remember the episode where Static Shock went to go spend the night with his white friend and the dad was completely racist?
No, I don't.
I mean, Dad talked shit about that boy, man.
Damn.
He said, damn, I thought I left him at work. Now I got one in the house.
And now I see why Richie acts like a hood, Maggie. That kid's a bad influence. All his kind are.
Keep your...
Dang, he really hurt Static's feelings,
He
too.
did. Look at him like, damn, man. I'm going to go in there and beat his ass.
And Richie's his best friend.
Shit, I'm going to give him something to be scared of black people for. I'm going to electrocute his way.
I know.
But I'm done with him. He'll look as black as I am. I mean, if you want to talk about how hard cartoons went with their social issues, this is a favorite of yours. So a lot of people are starting to discover that Fat Albert episode.
Oh,
where
yeah.
they went to jail and showed the horrors of prison. And Fat Albert and the gang went into a Scared Straight program where they got their asses cussed out, got threatened with rape, and they showed all of it on Saturday morning.
Officer! What are you staring at, you rotten little bastard?
He ain't gonna beat his ass.
He was like a werewolf. You rotten little bastard. Ooh, I wish I could just get you right now.
All this talk about this episode, The Proud Family, and anything else, where they try to come in and say it's anti-white, it's not. That's ridiculous. What's going on here is that, you know, that kind of talk is being done out of fear and is being done out of ignorance and things, and they're criticizing things like it's new. You know, all this stuff has always been there.
It's not anti-white. It's anti-status quo.
Yes.
It's you know, and that's where so much of the fear comes from. It's a lot of that, you know, the people who talk about, who rally against, you know, complain about things being woke. For them, it's more of a like, can we go back to the way it was where it really worked for me?
Yeah. That's what it is. They want to uphold the status quo. And part of that is upholding the status quo is feeling empowered over somebody else, whether they know it or not. You know, all this, for a lot of people, it's just simply, and they said so much, it's a power struggle. It's a power dynamic. I just don't want to let go of what perceived power that I have. I might be broken. I might not have nothing. I might be in a trailer park. My truck don't work. It's on bricks and everything. I might be getting welfare. But at least I know I still have it in one way or another over you, you know. And don't take that last thing away from me.
Right?
I ain't got nothing else. So yeah, man. You know, it's when you hear people sitting up here saying this on the news, whether you're white or black or anybody else, don't be fooled by this kind of talk. Nobody's trying to teach anybody how to hate anyone else at all. Ain't nobody trying to indoctrinate. Nobody's trying to sit up here and say that this is anti-white, you know, this critical race theory stuff. That went from a class in college now to just, again, a broad term. You know, these are people who are just scared of losing whatever perceived notion they have of what they've been taught. That whole thing changing, it scares them. It's stupid. You know, they're just what they're trying to do is they're just trying to teach you history, man. And here's the thing. That shit ain't even happening today. The way information is spread real fast right now, we can find information on our own and we can still spread it around the way we want. The truth is going to, more than ever, the truth is harder to bury, man. You are not going to hide it. You know, they can try as much as they want. That truth is there. It ain't going away. So we might as well embrace it and learn from it and learn to appreciate each other.
Well, especially now since, you know, of all things, The Watchmen taught everybody about the massacre at Black Wall Street, you know, which most people had no clue about. They're like, oh, wow, and look it up and like, oh, shit, that actually happened. Yeah, they didn't teach you in school. But this kind of opened the door for a lot more programs to go like, you know what? All these things that never got taught and are getting taken away, we could do this now in our show.
Yep.
And if you like this episode, you should watch the Juneteenth episode because that's the one I thought you were talking about to watch.
That's part of it too.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because watching an episode, there's just subtle ways they reference things that happened before, and I didn't know what they were talking about. But I see like, oh, okay, so that must link to this.
Yeah. It's
but they really get into the slavery and kind of go hard in that episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very Conquest of the Planet of the Apes because it goes really hard. And there's that point where it's like, all right, we can't leave it here. We gotta tie a bow on it, make it all soft at the end. but there's a definite break in it because it had reached a point where I was like, oh shit, where do I go after this?
And if you think that this is something where they say, well, we're just not trying to teach young kids. I never used to like to say the slippery slope comparison, but that's exactly what's happening because now that they're trying to remove it out of schools in Florida, Ron DeSantis is trying to say you can't talk about it at all. Mm-hmm. Like now he's going towards the college level, and now it's going to get to a point where they're pretty much going to try to keep it out of society. Like, all right, you know what? If you want to talk about it in your home, you know, where nobody can, nobody has to hear it, fine. But you can't talk about it at work. Mm-hmm. You can't talk about it at a certain business. Businesses can request to have you kicked out of something if you do that. Sure, not going to teach it in schools. And in college, where you should be able to be able to teach this stuff, he's kind of outlawing it there too.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's stupid, man. So yeah, everybody, including these damn cartoons, keep putting that out there. Cartoons need to be the one. It's a damn shame when the Proud Family has to teach us more than a college. They're doing what colleges should do. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to see that they're putting that out there. In a way, I think it's sad, but I'm kind of happy when these people get mad.
Oh yeah, that's the funny thing that broadcast you showed where at the bottom of the crawl was Disney cartoon teaches kids about slavery and white supremacy, and I was like, you know what? On any other show, a crawl like that would be a positive story about how hey, this cartoon is being educational. Only they can find a way to make it something bad.
Yeah. Well, there you go, y'all. Oh, Proud Family, keep fighting the good fight. Stay black, stay proud.